Hey guys, welcome back to the show. This is Critical African Thinkers. Remember, this is a place where we examine everything under the microscope of logic to ascertain what is most factual and logically consistent. So today, I'm going to be covering a feud between Elon Musk and MAGA. So Elon Musk has basically declared a war of sorts on MAGA, or both declared war on each other. Everybody saw this coming, or many people saw this coming. It was only a matter of time before their interests began to clash. And Trump isn't even in office yet, and their interests are already clashing. And then you ask yourself, why did this happen? And it all boils down to the issue of immigration. And in so many words, Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy himself, or both of them, have referred to MAGA as retards, as stupid people. And I'm just going to be reading tweets that shows the interaction between Elon Musk and these MAGA accounts. Now, the very first one I'm going to be showing, I'm going to try to walk backwards and take it to where it all began. So let me start from this very, very sort of insulting tweet to MAGA, which Elon Musk happened to agree with, because Elon Musk said that was the absolute truth. He has a way of saying these things that, like the other time when someone shared an anti-Semitic tweet and Elon Musk just comes on there and responds and said that is the actual truth. That's what he does in many of these situations. He just says that this pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening. That was what he said to this particular tweet that we're going to be covering. So I'm sure you're seeing what's on the screen currently. Yes, yeah. So this guy, Autism Capital, this is after a lot of interaction between Elon Musk and certain MAGA accounts on X or on Twitter. Autism Capital said, so basically the right split into two factions, tech right and right. And tech right is like, hey, we need H-1B visa people to do the jobs. And the right was like, no, you need to hire Americans. And the tech right is like, but you guys are retarded. And the right is like, well, you don't train us. And the tech right is like, you can't outrun, or you can't outtrain being retarded. You can't outtrain being retarded. And while all this was going on, we learned some people really don't like Indians. So there are a couple of things here. One of the things there are two things that is striking here. One being that in all of this interaction, Americans or the right are seen as stupid people. Like they're seen as retarded, they're seen as people who can't actually do these high-end tech jobs. That's why there's a need for people to be imported from other countries, right? And the other thing is that these people really don't like Indians. That's the two things that you can take from this conversation. And what was Elon Musk's response? I can't find the response anymore under the thread, but I have it somewhere. And this was Elon Musk's response. I'm just going to read it. Elon Musk said, that pretty much sums it up. This was eye-opening, meaning he agreed with everything that Autism Capital just said here. He agreed that the right are retarded, that they cannot be trained. They cannot be trained to do these kinds of job. Therefore, people need to be imported from other parts of the world to America to be able to do these high-end tech jobs. And he also agreed to the fact that many of these MAGA people hate Indians. Now, I have no idea. I'm not going to comment on whether or not this post is correct or not. But the fact that Elon Musk is agreeing with this post says a lot. I mean, he has basically declared war on the people who helped him get his preferred president to office. These were these people that Elon Musk was offering money to when he was trying to get them, try to get Trump into office. So how did this all start? It all started when Elon Musk, I think, Donald Trump, when he announced that he was going to select one Indian American venture capitalist to be his advisor on AI issues. And Laura Loomer took issues with that. She was angry. She was saying that, oh, this is against all that Trump had, because that guy had, he sort of had a thing for trying to extend visas for H1B, extending H1B visas. So Laura Loomer did not like that. Many in the MAGA crowd did not like that. This was not what they voted for. They voted for an exclusive America first, and they were not going to take both legal or illegal migrants. They wanted to shut everything down. They thought that was what Trump promised. But Elon Musk obviously disagreed with that. And in so many ways, he has shared that. Now, there's another interaction where Elon Musk gave his thoughts to say that there are, he basically said that there are very little, um, there are very little talent in the US. So this is it. So, an account Amjad Masad said, genuinely curious, are there actual instances where qualified native born Americans couldn't get jobs in tech because foreigners took all of them? I'd be surprised if it's true because at any given point, there are hundreds of thousands of unfilled jobs in tech. Then Elon Musk stated, or he responded to this post, he said, there is a permanent shortage of excellent engineering talent. It is the fundamental limiting factor in Silicon Valley. So basically saying that this talent is not available in America. Hence, this talent has to be what? Imported from other parts of the world. That's what Elon Musk is saying. These talents are not available in America. Americans can't do this. So you need to bring in immigrants to do this job. And, of course, MAGA crowd are going to get mad at this. And this account, the Emo Hawk said, there is an army of highly experienced, highly skilled, specifically white male programmers and engineers that have been overlooked, sidelined, given the boot, written off, and disillusioned in America in favor of H-1Bs, DEIs, and women in engineering that you seem to have completely ignored. Now, when people like Laura Loomer were saying, oh, this is about Americans first, this is about white males first. It isn't necessarily about Americans first. As you can see from what Emo Hawk is saying, he has said that white males are being discriminated in favor of what DEI is. DEI means black. That's what it means. They are being discriminated in favor of H1Bs. In this instance, H1Bs means Asian. Talked about women, of course. So straight white male. And when these people talk about the return of meritocracy, they literally mean white men. They don't mean anything else. They see meritocracy to mean white men. So if these immigrants that are coming in can't do the job, why are they so threatened by this fact? Now, of course, Elon Musk is not doing this out of the goodness of his heart. He's not doing it because he thinks this is what is best for America. He's basically doing this because he wants cheap labor, because he knows that these H-1B visas basically are a trap, a predatory trap to these foreign workers who the company gets to set so many terms for them and they really have very little wiggle room. So is it possible that the MAGA that are complaining that this that this is taking jobs away from qualified Americans because these immigrants might be more flexible in terms of what they are willing to take? It's possible that's true. It's possible that's happening. So Elon Musk is not a saint here. He's not a good person here in trying to say, oh, we are for immigration, we are for legal migrants. It might be something else. It might be something sinister. And I know that he wants cheap labor. That's why he wants to do that. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy also, got into this foray. Vivek Ramaswamy gave a very lengthy piece on X as well, basically just reinforcing what Elon Musk had stated. And I'm going to put this up here and also read it as well. So this was what Vivek said. Essentially, Vivek was saying that American culture doesn't celebrate excellence. Therefore, people from countries that celebrate excellence need to be allowed into America to keep America at the top. That's essentially what this post was saying. I'm going to read it. Vivek said, the reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit. In quotes, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. And if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. The truth. All right. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad, champ over the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Curry from Boys Meet World or Zack and Slater over Screech in Saved by the Bell or Stefan over Steve Urkel in Family Matters will not produce the best engineers. Fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids would watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More movies like Whiplash, fewer returns of friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competitions, fewer Saturday morning cartoons, more books, less TV, more creating, less chilling, more extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall. Most normal American parents look skeptically at those kinds of parents. More normal American kids view those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grow up aspiring to normalcy is what you will achieve. Now, close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. So a whole lot of things. So this can be our Sputnik moment. We've awoken from slumber before and we can do it again. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden age in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up. A culture that once prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence and mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing or legislating alternate hiring practices into existence. I'm confident we can do it. So that's sort of a long piece, but now there are a couple of takeaway from this place. So Vivek is basically saying to white people what white people were saying to black people about their failures. Oh, it's your culture. You have a problem with your culture. That's why you're where you are currently. And come on, white people, are you mad at this? Really? Are you really mad that Asians are telling you the same thing that you said to black people? Now you think that there is legitimate cause for why you are disenfranchised in the job market. You think there is legitimate cause, but you thought black people were just playing the victim all this while. Now the same language is being used to talk to you by Vivek, right? By these immigrants or children of immigrants. Now, on the other hand, when you look at him saying that American culture is, celebrates mediocrity, Vivek and his kind of people are literally sadists because they just want people to be miserable. If you look at these Asian countries that are said, oh, high excellence, high performing, you will see a lot of depression, you will see a lot of suicide, you will see a lot of unhealthy competition, you would even see a lot of stifling of innovation because everybody wants to conform, everybody wants to be great. We know that in places like South Korea and in Japan, that after their school exams, that there are lots of suicide. Japan and Korea are basically going to be non-existent in a few decades because people don't even have time to have families, to build relationships. They are working like robots. It's really, is that the type of society Vivek wants America to become? As much as people can talk about America and all its flaws, and I think it's a much more robust, balanced society than what dysfunctional societies South Korea and Japan are. Because people just work, 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 work. And this is what Elon Musk wants because he wants to make so much money. He wants to turn people into worker drones, worker bees. I would never suggest that the US becomes something like Japan or South Korea. That's a miserable way to live. If that's the only way to live, then better be poor, better be something else, better be not great, because those people are not actually happy. They're miserable. They're trying to outdo one another. Math and science is not all it takes to be human. There are other aspects of being human. There are other aspects. You take a normal situation where people are having fun, where people are being themselves, and you say that's dysfunctional. No, people should be focused on science. People should be focused on engineering and all that bullshit. So no, it doesn't make any sense. Anyway, after all this, there's been a feud between many MAGA accounts on X and Elon Musk. Elon Musk said he's willing to go to war over this issue. And, he's been making very bold, threatening statements. He's making very bold, straightening statements as though he controls Donald Trump or something, and it's crazy. You know, Musk is a very dangerous person. It's very easy to dismiss him as a buffoon. I used to dismiss him, but with the trajectory I'm seeing right now, this guy has worked his way to the top echelons of American society in terms of he is literally the most powerful man now in the world because he has the ears of the American president to be. That guy is on his way to become the first American emperor. And don't think that he can't happen. Musk is on his way to do that. Now, he's doing to these MAGA accounts what he's been doing to liberal accounts or leftist accounts on X for since he took over. He's been censoring them arbitrarily. Now, many of these MAGA accounts are complaining that Elon Musk is censoring them. I'm just going to share my screen and show one of these accounts that was complaining about. It's called a conservative org. Conservative org says all of our influencers have now lost verification status as well as our own page. Our brand did nothing. We spoke out against HB1 visas, and it appears that Elon Musk intentionally shut us down. Is this the new status quo from America's quote most free social media platform? Really? You thought Elon Musk was for free speech when he was doing this to those on the left, when he was doing this to mainstream journalists, when he was banning them, he was suspending their accounts for flimsy reasons. And on X, you could literally see right wing, xenophobic, anti Semitic, groiper content go unchallenged, like it's there, it's in your face. Nothing gets done about it. Nothing gets done about it. But if you say something like cis, you get suspended or you get banned on X because according to Musk, cis is a slur. But having anti-Semitic racist content is not. It's okay, it's fine on the platform. Now Musk is banning these accounts, these conservative right-wing accounts, on the pretext of they are promoting hate, they're promoting racism, xenophobia, and all those other things, which he ignored all this while. So we know very well that the reason he's doing this, the reason he's throttling their accounts, is because they disagreed with him on this particular issue of immigration. So I could have told you so. I could have said, I told you so. This guy was never for free speech. He was always for speech that he agreed with, speech that he liked. He was only allowing these voices because he liked what they were saying. Elon Musk has this tendency, he has this history of censoring those who disagree with him. Remember that he fired someone who used to work at Twitter for confronting him online, for confronting him on a public space like Twitter. And he's been doing things like that over and over and over and over again. Yet you still see people venerating this guy like is the savior of free speech. You see him, they're venerating him as though he's the savior of free speech. This other one says, X removed my check mark. I have no clue why. I didn't update anything and my conservative org badge was removed. I've been verified since 2016. Odd. So it's crazy. This one says a billionaire pulled the old bait and switch while we're pandering instead of thinking. Many of these MAGA people really think that someone like Elon Musk has anything in common with them. They are in their finding out phase. They are in their finding out phase. That literally finding out now that Elon Musk does not care about them, that he only exploited their ignorance, their hatred, and their bigotry to ride himself to power. That's what he's doing. He's not there. He has no, like Trump, he has no principles except to his ego and to his agenda. And his agenda is to be the most powerful man in the world. And he's almost gotten that with Trump in power now. So this he's just going to use MAGA and throw MAGA away like he used tissue paper. That's what Musk is going to do, right? So let them fight. They brought this on themselves. Let them fight. And I'm just going to be here enjoying the drama as it's unfolding, as MAGA and Musk, as they tear into each other and destroy themselves as they deserve to be destroyed. So one thing about this next coming 4 years, it's not going to be boring. Not because of Trump. Trump has lost his magic as someone who is entertaining, but the sorts of people that he surrounding himself with. Oh my goodness, there's going to be a lot of drama. This is just the beginning. He's not even in power yet, and there's already infighting in the MAGA versus Musk camp. It's going to continue. It's going to continue, and I'm here to have fun, enjoy the show as long as it lasts. So that's what I wanted to cover in this conversation today. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. For those who are just coming, you can go rewatch it. I've said a lot of interesting stuff. You can go rewatch the show from the beginning and see what I've covered in this conversation, in which Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy called MAGA retarded and stupid, and there's nothing they can do about it. So I'll see you guys in another live stream. It's bye for now.